Let's go. Yo, welcome once again to PODVIBESWIDASINO. Yeah, today it's been a long weekend, but we have to get it. Yeah. And today in the studios is going to be a nice conversation between myself and I and a great friend of mine, Mr. Alice. Yeah, he is a professional in the other field of life, but today I brought him on to discuss a very sensitive social issues, and then I know he's going to dig into it nicely for the audience. Yeah. So straight on my right side is Mr. Alice. Alice, welcome to Pod Vibe with us.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. It's been a while. How's life treating you?
It's good. The weather is nice. People
Yeah.
are happier. Enjoying life.
Yeah, I could see, yeah, the smile from the other end, yeah. And people back at home, like,
They're good.
summertime is waving around.
But it's summer here, and then over there it's not summer. But
yeah.
it is what it is.
Yo, Mr. Alice, getting back to business, there is this question, this fundamental question that people, this podcast is basically built just to solve problems, put a highlight on certain stuff that is hidden in the society. But today, there's this one particular question that we all want to digest and at least give our bit or a bite to it, so people would know how to go about it in their daily life. Yeah, like a man who said he's a bachelor and looking for the right person to get married to, but until he finds the right one, he doesn't mind using the wrong ones. So this is I know it's a bit of sensitive, I know, but that is the question that we want to dive into it. So in this case, is it a fair comment for a gentleman or a lady to make? Because this conversation cuts across both gender, whether male or female. Yeah. So what is your bite on it?
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It feels a bit wrong.
Yeah. So do you think it's not a fair comment for the gentleman to make that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does it make it wrong? Because as you said, it's a pretty loaded question. But how can one be a wrong person?
Yeah. All right, then it depends on what the person is looking for in a partner. So they have a set of criteria that they want to meet. They want this person maybe to be kind. They want this person to be honest. Some people even just want to be around an interesting person. They meet someone who's not meeting this. They know for a fact that this is not the right person, but they still keep continuing in the thing.
They keep hanging out. They keep on trying something.
Sometimes, like, maybe just human nature, you're just bored, or like you have nothing better to do. You just want to kill time, or you want to pass time. You're not really, you're very sure at the back of your head that this is not something that you want, and yet you still keep prolonging it. I think it's a bit unfair, to the other person, because you know that this is not the person for you, and yet you just keep him or her
you
around.
Keep her company,
Yeah, and like when you're doing this, I feel like you're also like keeping them away from who they're supposed to be, ending up with someone who's better suited for them. That's the reason why I think it's a bit unfair.
But what do you mean by the right? What do you mean by the right person for you? Is it does that idea a realistic one or romanticized one?
It's most of the cases it's a romanticized notion in your head.
It's
something that you really want, but maybe it's not something that's possible.
Yeah.
But like there's some things that like there's some baseline or a foundation that this is like the bare minimum.
So clearly, you think people know what they want, but
people know what they want.
They hide behind this quote and then do whatever. So is it a sign of having their freedom, or it's a sign of fear in disguise?
I think it's Oh man, it's a tough one.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
But I'll give a personal from my personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things that you want,
Mm-hmm.
like some bare minimums, man. I don't want to be, for example, I'm talking to someone. I don't want to be always fishing for the truth or chasing
For
the
sure,
truth.
for sure, for
I
sure.
just want someone who's very open.
Mm.
Some people say, hey, I'm not lying if I didn't tell him. I'm not lying, but I'm being dishonest. So it's still the same thing that you're lying by omission.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if like I'm feeling this vibe with someone, it's not someone that I'll be around. It's not something that I really want to pursue. But sometimes, like just life, man, maybe you like their company, maybe there's some things that they do really well, and you want to like overlook this thing that you have a hard stance on,
Yeah.
just to make life a little bit comfortable. But in the end of the day, like this person, man, it's not for me. And I feel like it's unfair for the other person. It's good for me. It's working out for me.
So
But
so
for
so
this other person, I feel
in
like
this
it's
case,
not right.
yeah. So in this case, which of the opponents or the other side gets hurt the most?
Depends on the...
Is it the speaker or
No.
the one?
I just think like also like people are people. It depends on the emotional investment they've put in the thing. So if I've not put in a lot of emotional investment, the likelihood of me getting hurt is quite low.
Yeah.
But if the other person has really invested in it, that's why I say it's wrong, man, because now this person will end up hurting a lot because of something that was very unnecessary. It wasn't necessary. It was good. It was something enjoyable. It was something fun to do, but it wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
And that's the hard line that I'm saying.
Yeah, but is it also fair that you are emotionally unavailable but still want to date?
Human flaw. It's a human flaw, man. Like, it's just part of being human. Like, we do it. Some people are conscious about it and they stop it. And then some other people, like, they don't care, man. Like, it's very individualistic. They say, oh, man, this is how I'm feeling. So it should work out for me. Yet it shouldn't be the case. And not a lot of people are like this. Some people are not. Some people don't even, like, they don't see the importance of it. But on a human level, like, if you really think about it, that's when it becomes start getting wrong.
Yeah, but I think if a man should say that it is not too wrong, because equally the ladies are also doing same.
Yeah.
The people lately in our daily life use another person as a stepping stone to get up to the high heights, because it is common in our society that most ladies would like to say, oh, I want a rich man. Yeah. Whilst he is also with maybe a university graduate person, and then they are hanging out doing all the, excuse my word, the bullshit together. And the moment they come out from school, then they tell you, oh, you're not for me. I'm going for so it means you were using such a person, as a wrong person, just to find the right person. So would you say this man who said he's not, he's looking for the right person, but until then he will use the wrong ones? So I think he has a point.
It's like that thing about when you're looking for a job, it's easier to find a job when you're already working than when you're not working.
Yeah.
Then I guess like if you put it that way, it's sort of like it's experience, man. Like you're looking for something by finding out the things that are not working for you.
Yeah.
So, for example, let's say in a scenario, a lady saying, I don't want to date someone or rather, they say, I want this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And then they find out, for example, when they're in the house together and they're sleeping, this guy snores. And they say, oh, man, I don't want someone who snores because I've lived with someone who's snoring.
Yeah.
And then they check that out.
Yeah.
The moment they check that out, I think that should be the criteria and say, like, this thing needs to stop.
Yeah.
Because I've realized that this is something that is not working out for me. I'm feeling particularly strongly about it.
Yeah.
It's a deal breaker for me. I'm not just going to keep you lingering or rather keeping you around just for the hell of it. Like, this is something that's very important for me. This is when it should stop.
So in that case, using the person as a wrong, or saying the person is wrong.
Yeah. For you.
Yeah. Does it mean it is a stage of discovering your own self?
Yes. Yes, true and fair. But I'm saying at that point,
Yeah.
that's when it should end. If it's really like strong for you, like if this chick doesn't want someone who's not driving, for example, and he finds out that this guy is not driving,
Yeah.
and then he sees, fine, this person is not driving, but maybe this person is
But before
emotionally
we get to
intelligent
the-
and whatever.
Yeah.
And like these other things, they're
Match
not
up.
important enough as not driving.
Yeah.
At that point, cut it.
But do you think it is easy to cut it? Because people lately, before they cut it, they might have done all the emotional investment and then gone too far with certain stuff.
Yeah.
Because on a normal basis, if you just want to know people, do you think going for a date is just enough?
No, it's
Yeah.
not enough.
It is not enough. So,
yeah.
as and when you try all the pros and cons about a person,
Yeah.
it leads you to an investment, and then by the time you realize, saying, "Oh, this is not for me," you've done a whole lot, and then one of the one of the parties is going to get hit. So it brings back to the topic.
You can also get hurt. It doesn't always mean that the other person will get hurt. You can also get hurt.
But I think
because you're also investing. You're saying you're investing emotions in it.
Yeah. You made a clear example about you looking for a job.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is good on the on the advert papers and stuff, and then you would go inside, you know, and then the job is basically not the thing that you expected. So I think the man is making a fair comment, and we should not blame him for that. Yeah, he has to try.
Right.
It's all over, bro.
Fine.
Get me? It's all over.
Yeah.
Even to spend money to buy a cloth.
Yeah.
Most of the shops nowadays, they will ask you to try on. Yes, you one can say that human beings are not equally like clothes.
Yeah.
Even a car that is also much expensive, some way somehow are given for you for days for tryout and stuff. So what if this man is also trying people? Yeah, because we have an individual perception or perception in life. So it depends what he wants to know in a woman.
Fine, fair. Then, like, I get what you've just said. I completely understand.
So,
it's very clear.
Yeah.
But I'm asking you, at what point then will you know that this person is the wrong one? Because you like you have an end goal, you have an objective. You want to meet someone who's right for you.
Yeah.
That's what you're going for.
Yeah.
So when will you stop? Because you figured out, like, when does it stop? When will you know that this is not the right person for me? I need to move on.
Yeah, you know, you could list certain stuff on a surface, on the surface. Like, I want to know where he's from, the background, the country, and those stuff. These are common things you would like to know. But until you stay with a person for a few months, even nowadays, people can hide their own identity for years of time.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Decade, like 20 years, 10 years, 8 years. You don't know the person really because it is basically an agenda for people to live on. Yeah. The marriages people are signing and stuff, it's also the same. Like, people, I'm not saying human are being wicked lately, but it is something that people are practicing on the other side. They sign the contract and knowing well that they want to live with you for only like 5 years. So when that time is up, bro, whatever you did is off the roof. So I think that man is making comment. But just for you to tell me, how long is too long for you to wait to have the right person?
I don't think
there is a time limit.
I don't think there's a time limit. I think you just have to be honest with yourself. Like, I know it's very common, like, to feel the pressure. Maybe like the people around you, they're getting married, they're getting kids, they're getting whatever, they're in these beautiful relationships. And nowadays, it's very, like, with social media and whatever, like, it's very easy for you to feel this way or to see this. Like, this pressure can, like, really heap on you. But I think you have a responsibility to be honest with yourself, number one. And the second thing is to be honest with the other person. if it's not working, man, like there's no expiry date. Yes, you're getting older, your tastes are changing, your preferences are changing. But I don't think like at the back of your head you should be like working with an expiry date, man. Like I've had people, it's not very common, but they find like the suitable partner maybe in their 40s, in their 50s and whatever. They tried it in their 30s, it didn't happen, and they're together with someone, let's say for example between ages 50 and 60, through some unfortunate event, this person, your partner dies, but this person will say like, these 10 years were the best period of my life. It came in late, but it was right at that time, and it was worth the 10 years as opposed to being with someone for 20, 30 years that was just unhappy.
Then I think you are getting to understand the point of this man who is making this point. Because people with their fear, this is my own opinion, with their fear, they think just trying to know several people before you find the right one is just increasing your body count, your body count, and of which, as you suggested, people can get their real life partner in their late 40s, late 50s, 30s, and stuff. Whilst they've been trying other things before, so it is okay. But just for me to know, have you dated a wrong person before?
Yeah, man, like it's human. I think everyone has found themselves in that situation.
And what did you learn about it?
Well, it's a bit contradictory, but it's again, like I found out these other things that I don't want. Man, you're checking all these boxes. But then this big X that is not working for me, and at that point you just leave it at that.
So what was your big X that you checked out? No, you should be frank. You know, it's a form of education. It's a form of just giving enlightenment to the people out there. Like, it's not about ourselves alone. So sometimes we use our personal experience to tell the other people to learn from. So saying the truth, now it hurts, but sometimes it's good for people to know. Man.
All right. And this is why people don't like coming to podcasts, because they have to talk about things.
You know, being personal is
it's important. I agree, it's important. But I would say, like, for example, I'm not from here. I wasn't born here. But I moved here, right?
Yeah, sure.
I was in a relationship, let's say, man, to this other person, like in their life needed to be back in Nairobi and not in Berlin. Like, they had their responsibilities there. And there's nothing wrong with it. But I felt like maybe making this move is good for my career. Maybe it's good for my growth. I feel like I've outgrown some certain things in Nairobi, and I feel like I want to try out something different. Not necessarily something better, but I want to try something different and see how that goes. And yeah, man, like, you can move here, you can continue stringing this person along, you can be on phone calls with them, video calls and whatever. And at the back of your mind, man, I'm not planning to be back to Nairobi
anytime
soon. And this person, you'd let them hold on to this thought that, man, this guy is coming back.
So basically it was a distance problem.
And you just say, man, that this is not fair. This thing needs to go to end.
So then you keep on trying with the other people also.
Yeah, but like, you're trying, yes, but I think you have a responsibility to be honest with this other person. Like, don't continue stringing them along, and yet you have no intention of going back. Yeah, because it's very hard. It's a hard decision on them. They've said, no, I'm not going to move to where you are. I'm going to be here because of A, B, C, and D. Yeah.
But let's say that the distance was not a problem. Being with the wrong person.
But the distance thing made this person the wrong person. It's not like he wasn't.
So basically, it was not the values; it is the timing.
Yeah, it's the timing
and other things are added to it. Yeah. So let's say you knew that you are with a wrong person
because of the circumstances, because of the
but
situation.
people already know that they are with the wrong person, or they later come to discover that they are with the wrong person. But it feels good in the moment to live with that. Do you think that one is also
it's human? It's human. Like I can also say that maybe I've been in situations where it's been like that. But I think still you have the responsibility to say no more. Like when you figure that out, or when you realize it, because it's not something that some people like know all the time. It's a realization that you come to.
Yeah.
But when you come to that realization, I think at that point, then that should stop.
Yeah. So between these two genders, which of these use it most of times, like using people as a wrong person just to find the right person? Yeah. A gentleman made his point. We are here, having a banter that it was not a fair statement for him to make. But between the two gender, which one do you think does it most often?
It may seem like dudes do it, but I think the girls do it better. They know how to do it better. Like most of the cases I'm not being sexist, but like most of the times, women are far more emotionally intelligent than guys.
You did, yeah.
It's just genetic programming. Most of the cases, it's not all of the times, but most of the cases they're far more emotionally intelligent than guys.
You sure? Like, how do they do it?
In my experience, because guys have an ego. Like people will just, like I know everything, man. Like this person can be playing me.
Yeah.
And girls, man, like they don't have that ego thing. They do to some extent, but it's not their driving thing. But with most guys, man, it's always the ego. For a guy to acknowledge that he's been hurt by a girl or a certain situation, now it's getting better, man. Like men have started going to therapy,
voicing out and stuff.
Men have like acknowledged it's a problem, but I feel like the girls had a head start in that.
Yeah, I think the reason why I'm not saying what the gentleman said was like super 100% for us to practice, but at least some way somehow if you also practice it, I think it's not a bad thing, because the community, as you said, the female gender is the most on a statistical basis are practicing more higher than us.
No, they're better at it.
They are better at okay, that's your word. That's your word. Yeah, so the guys are also, before we had nobody to speak. You go around the countries that we all know, they have a lot of places where ladies can report their cases and stuff, and children, but the man has nobody to
generally
to talk to.
like
and then
women
with this ego,
women even talk more. They talk more. Like with them, like the guys I know, like my friends, like some things are off topic, but with girls, like the girls that I know, I'm not like it's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's a fact.
I know you to be speaking good about ladies, but today you're being sincere on this.
And I'm saying like they, just because of like how like the sense of community that girls have, they're able to talk about things better, and like the more you talk about a problem or something, the easier it is for you to find a solution than when you just keep it in.
Yeah, I think a problem shared is half solved. I think that is a good point. But I wanted to make a suggestion that these ladies basically have places to discuss their feelings. Offices, human and children gender ministries, they have Frauen office all over. But men, naturally, we are made to keep our pride. If you talk too much, you seem not to be a man, and even when you want to tell a brother or a friend, or they will tell you, yo, man up, man up. But slowly you are dying inside. So you look at the suicidal cases hovering the world, men are doing it mostly. And then it's one bad thing. So if men are coming up, I'm not saying to using human beings as a train or the pre-use products is a good thing, but I think the man was making a legit point, and 100% I support it. I
Nah.
know you don't support, but you don't support. But
said no.
why don't you support? Like,
Because of those issues.
upon all these issues that you've raised,
Yeah. It's
knowing the lacks that the men have
Yeah.
and the advantage that women have over men, you don't support it. Why? What makes you not supporting this?
it's convenient to agree with him, but it's not right. These are just those things that yes, it can pass, but it's not right.
But
And just because
that
of
is why I said, is it? Do you think people use that as a way of freedom, or it is a fear in disguise?
Nah, I just think it's being selfish.
But
It's being selfish.
people
Because
practically
you're
will
just
not say it, but they will not say it verbally, but they will
Yeah.
practice it in house.
Yeah, and I'm saying it's just being selfish. You're just putting your needs like in this setup. You've said basically, I'm the most important thing here. No one else is. It doesn't matter what they're going through. What matters is, what's important for me, how I'm feeling about it.
But-
and I feel like that's the wrong
But
thing.
the female people also, the female gender also keep on trying, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's on an individual thing. It's not like the man. Even if it was a lady on that platform saying the same thing, it will still be wrong because of those issues. I think it's being very selfish.
But why would it be selfish? Because you should know what you want. If you go to the grocery shop, you have to buy what you want.
Yes, that's true, and you will find yourself in a situation where you need to find out that you are wrong. But at that point, then you should stop.
That is what I'm saying. For how long will it be too long for you to know the right person?
When this X is there and you feel like it's a non-negotiable, then you stop.
So what advice would you give to people who are living with this quote? And is there any healthier mindset they could adopt?
Number one, I would say just be more honest with yourself. Also be fair to this other person. Don't feel like you're like there's a deadline or a hard limit that you're going to meet. Like just it's also okay just to wait it out. It doesn't like you, man. Like I know it's especially in winter in this country, man. Like you feel like that need of companionship needs to be there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. Like you can also survive without it. That's my opinion. Like it's okay to wait it out, and you'll get what you're waiting for instead of being impatient and just moving to the next. Sometimes you just need time to yourself to figure out things about you.
That you're
and
doing
now
wrong.
When you're taking the next step, you're a bit well informed and better prepared, for example, to be in the next relationship.
Yeah. So you have to know yourself, knowing oneself before making a step.
Yeah.
Because you cannot be trying several clothes on
Man, like
and
you also,
then it means
it's
you have to
people,
check
man.
yourself, your waist balance. Maybe you need to go to the therapy to check whether you have some hinges in your body. Yeah.
You're also like causing a lot of wear and tear in this other person.
Yeah, you're causing wear and tear. Yeah. But they've been causing much to us.
Then it needs to stop. Like at this point,
But who's going to stop?
Everybody in this age, man. Like both sides need to stop.
Yeah, everybody is, sticking to the ego thing, but yeah. Okay, but I agree to you, I know you to be speaking for the ladies here, but I think it's a win for the men. Or what do you say about that? Yeah, but it's normal. It was just a normal conversation just to figure what people should be doing basically, and then I think I like it. Your suggestions are on top notch, and it is something nice to say, but practicing it, one should be a bit cautious and stuff. But it is killing us slowly. We should not forget. So Alex, I think we will draw the curtains down here, and then I like your submission, and then PODVIBESWIDASINO is also grateful to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. Was fun. My pleasure.
Yeah, sure. We'll call you when we need you on the other side of the story. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So people, that was big man Alex. He came through to have a vibe with us. Yeah. We were just talking about a bachelor who is looking for the right person, but until then he's going to use the wrong one. Let me know your take in the comment section and share this video to millions of people. Yeah. Until then, Asino, I'm out.